If you're thinking of moving to Franklin, Tennessee, I imagine you want to know how much it'll cost to live here versus where you are now. If this is your first time seeing one of my videos and you want to get to know more about the area, subscribe to the channel and tap the bell so you'll be the first to learn about the current market conditions in Middle Tennessee. In this cost of living video, I'm going to compare state taxes, income, food and groceries, utilities, healthcare, housing costs, and finally the overall difference in cost of living if you're from New York, Chicago, or Los Angeles. Why these places, you ask? Because over the years, the majority of people moving to this area come from these cities. I've worked for folks from each of these places personally. If you're from another city, I've left a link in the description box where you can see how things stack up specifically where you're coming from. So what does the cost of living measure anyway? The cost of living is the amount of money needed to cover basic expenses to maintain a certain standard of living and whatever that means for you. The difference in cost of living from one place to the next can have a huge impact on people, and sometimes making up the difference to maintain your standard of living from one city to the next, that can be difficult. That's why you see so many people leaving some cities and states and moving to other states these days, because it's just become too expensive to live there. The top reasons people are moving is to get closer to family, to find a better climate, and to find a place more economical to live. Let's start with sales tax. The combined state and average local sales tax in the 4 states that we're going to be talking about for January 2023. In Tennessee, it's 9.55%. New York, 8.52%. Illinois, 8.82%. And California, 8.82%. Tennessee happens to be the big winner on that. As a reminder, there are no state taxes in Tennessee. So let's compare salaries using $75,000 annual income as a base. If you made $75,000 in New York to maintain your lifestyle here in Franklin, you'd only need $61,600. If you made $75,000 living in Chicago to maintain that lifestyle in Franklin, you'd have to increase your earnings to $96,700. That surprised me. To maintain a $75,000 Los Angeles lifestyle, you'd only need to make $58,900. For food and groceries, not including restaurants, for New Yorkers, you could eat the same for 8.6% less. For Chicagoans, no pizza either. It would cost you 9.7% more. For those Los Angelinos, it would cost 2.4% more. For utilities, including electricity, natural gas, and other fuels, for New Yorkers, it would cost 35.3% less. For Chicagoans, 4.8% more. For LA, 3.8% more. As for healthcare, to include hospital room, doctor visit, and dental checkup, for New Yorkers, it'd be 22.4% less. For Chicagoans, 12.5% more. For those from LA, it's 10% more. Housing costs have a huge impact on comparing the cost of living from one city to the next. For New Yorkers, the difference in the median cost of a home is 15.8% more, from $677 to $784 here in Franklin. For Chicago folks, the difference is a massive 176%, from $284 to $784. I gotta check my numbers on that, seems outrageous. For those coming in from LA, you'll be pleased to know that it'll cost you 14.1% less here in Franklin, dropping from $912,500 to $784. Overall, if you're from New York, it'll be 17.9% less to live here in Franklin. Housing is, of course, the biggest factor in the cost of living difference. If you're from Chicago, it'll be 29% more expensive to live in Franklin. Median home cost is the biggest factor, with it being 175% more. Wow. If you're from LA, it'll be 21.4% cheaper to live in Franklin. Again, median home cost is the biggest factor. It comes in at 14% less than LA. So there you go. There were some surprising numbers in there, especially that Chicago stuff. Remember, if you're not coming from New York, Chicago, or LA, don't forget to check the link to compare your city with Franklin to see the cost of living differences. If you're thinking of moving to this area in 9 days or 9 months, I hope you'll reach out. All the details are in the description box below. I'd love to share what I know with you. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.